Welcome back. Now we'll take your questions. If you have a question yourself, send it to us at QuranSpeaks.com. Dr. Shabir, the question today is, would you be able to explain why Christians and Muslims differ as to what son of Abraham was ordered to sacrifice? Why do Christians believe it was Isaac, and what proof do they have? And vice versa for Muslims and Ismael.
Yeah, so in the Christian Bible, which, and we're dealing with a section which happens to be the Jewish Bible as well, in the book of Genesis, in chapter 22, God says to Abraham, take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and offer him as a burnt offering, as a sacrifice. And so Abraham took this boy. Now, where it says your son, your only son, some Muslim commentators have looked at this. For example, Ibn Kathir in his tafsir of the Quran, and he said that, okay, he pointed out the obvious that by the time Isaac was born, Abraham now had two sons, and the only time he had one son is when he had the only son, Ishmael being the older of these two brothers. So if God is saying to Abraham, take your son, your only son, it wouldn't have been Isaac, it would have been Ishmael. So he thinks that the name must somehow have been switched from Ishmael to Isaac
In the Bible,
in that passage, yes. Moreover, when we look at Islamic tradition, it is commonly believed that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is a descendant of Ishmael. So through descendant of Abraham, but through his son Ishmael. And the Ishmaelites are then generally known to be the Arabs. And among Arabs, there is the annual sacrifice commemorating the sacrifice that is thought to be the sacrifice of Ishmael, their forefather, the Arab forefathers, the forefather of the Arabs. So that similar sacrifice does not seem to have been commemorated among the Israelites, who are the descendants of Isaac, although they have other sacrifices, but not this particular one. So all of these together have led Muslims to think that Ishmael was the son to be sacrificed. But having said this, it is curious that many of the classical commentators on the Quran, like Tabari's tafsir and so on, they have actually said that it was Isaac. Or sometimes they give both opinions, but in the final analysis they give some preference for Isaac as the one. But Ibn Kathir and others who come later would argue that they were just simply following the news that they received from their Jewish and Christian informers about this. Whereas Imam as-Suyuti has said that the previous scholar had a good explanation about this, showing that from the Quranic text itself, it should be clear that the son to be offered in sacrifice was actually Ishmael, though the Quran does not actually state specifically
by name. Okay.
But if we put two and two together in the Quran, this seems to be a reasonable conclusion that it was actually Ishmael and not Isaac.
Thank you for clarifying, Dr. Shabir.
You're welcome.
Hey YouTube, we hope you benefited from this video. If you liked it, or if you didn't, let us know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more, check out some of our other videos. And don't forget to subscribe so you can get new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.